Hello, this is Jay Talks to You coming back with another video. Please hit the like button and subscribe to let me know that you are here with me. So, like I said before, in true reality TV review fashion, I don't come down here and do full reviews of the entire show. I don't care that much. But I do typically touch on things that stuck out to me. So in this episode from this past Saturday, I wanted to talk about the Keke and Tisha and the drink tossed. So, so the episode picks up where it left off, where she is sitting and having a conversation with Melody. Melody, I love you. She is my favorite cast member. But considering your past with Tisha, um, you haven't done or said anything, in my personal opinion, that's problematic, that would egg on the continuous beef between you and Tisha, or what you had. But if I were in your shoes, because we see that, or to me, it always feels like the rest of the cast members always try to look for a way to blame Melody for essentially everything. Melody, knowing that, regardless of how good or pure your intentions are, I just would not engage in any conversation concerning Tisha with Keke. Like, I would just be like, I'm sorry, I don't want to indulge in this, because first of all, that Tisha does not like you. um, even though I feel like her anger is misplaced. And two, we also know again that she's going to come out and say, oh, this is a scheme that you guys set up against me, because you're always talking. You're giving her space to come back at the reunion and basically be like, Melody had my name in her mouth this entire season. So yeah, each time Keke wants to talk about it, I would just be like, hey, that's your cousin, that's your family. Um, you know, just kind of keep me out of it. So that's what I would have done. I thought it was annoying that they kept bleeping names out, because it's just more of the same thing. Like, if you guys are not going to go there and really just expose Marcel for the cheater that we all know he is, then just leave it alone. And I kind of think that's where Tisha is coming from as well. Like, Tisha, when you guys sat down last, I believe she made it very clear that she does not want you talking about her marriage. She doesn't want you bringing information to her about her marriage. Basically, she wants to be able to wear her clown mask in peace. So just like leave it alone. If there was ever a time to, put him on blast, it should have been last season, because now trying to do it, it just looks like you're just desperate to just put this stuff in her face. And it's like, for what? I understand, what the initial beef with your cousin was, which was, you felt like, okay, you were supposed to be one of the original cast members of the show, and you kind of felt like Tisha and Marceau, booted you out of that slot by telling Melody and Martell about your addiction to prescription pills, allegedly. I know that's what it was, and according to Tisha, this was like 5 years ago. You guys worked it out, and that was that. Because I've seen you on the show in past seasons since then, so it's like you clearly weren't that upset. So to me, to rehash something that was already resolved, it looks like that was your in to get back on the show. Like, you needed to have some kind of storyline, and so picking this beef with your cousin was one of those things. And now this season, um you're like trying to out Marceau, but not so much, because I'm not going to lie and say I fully understood all the tea that she was spilling, because they were bleeping out so much of it. So it's just like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. So yeah, so that was the first part of the episode. Now jumping to the end, because I don't care about the rest of the stuff that happened in between. Um, I can understand it was very rude for Tisha to kind of greet Kiki's husband and then just like blatantly ignore Keke. That was very rude. And continuing to have a conversation with everyone else in Kiki's presence, I can understand how that's triggering. That's a trigger for me. Like, if I'm trying to speak and somebody is over talking me or blatantly ignoring me, yeah, I get upset. But not to the point where I'm gonna douse a drink in somebody's face. I would just either try to pick up the conversation another time, or Yeah, or get up and leave. It made no sense. Keke, it made no sense. It almost feels like a producer got in your ear and told you, hey, go to this barbecue and just bring this up out of nowhere. Because I'm just like, where, in what context did you feel like, what conversations were you having with Stormy to where that was warranted? Like, if you're coming to a barbecue, come to a barbecue, play spades, have some food. Like, that was your main agenda, to come is to spill Tisha's husband's tea. Like, it didn't make sense. Yeah, so it was highly disrespectful, and I don't care too much for Tisha. She is not my favorite person, but I definitely have to give her her props for having the patience of Job to get up and walk away from that table after she had that drink thrown in her face, because it was very disrespectful. It was embarrassing. It was all of the above. And if it was me, it would have been some smoke in the city. Some backyard furniture would have been moving. We would have had to, tear up a couple of things in that backyard, and I would have had to reimburse the owners for their furniture. Like, yeah, yeah. So I really, I commend her. I commend her for doing that. That took a lot to get up and walk out. Now I don't know what's going to happen in the next episode, but as far as this one was concerned, I commend her for that. So, yeah, Keke, that was out of line, and I think, um, like Miss Wanda, we might not see her again next season, for that, because that is, if you really want to get technical, that's kind of battery, if you will. So yeah, that's all I wanted to jump down here and talk about. So that was, again, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Again, this is Jay Talks to You. Please drop down in the comments, like, comment, and subscribe. And you can also follow me on Instagram. That is Jay Talks to You. So you guys take care and have a good one. Bye bye.